your understanding of what happened with Bernard Foley and all of the time wasted?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Bernard after the game, so yeah, he was under the impression that time was off. The referee told him to play. At no stage did he, or was he told, or did he believe that he was going to call a scrum from that? I mean, most situations, the clock's off and the clock stays off. So it sounds like the clock went off and then he started it again. But as we know, you know, a team scores a try late and you take your time getting back to halfway, they just stop the clock and wait till you kick off. So, yeah, a disappointing thing from our point of view. It's a fantastic game of footy and we should be celebrating the game as opposed to talking about a ref decision in the last minute.
Do you feel though that call essentially cost you
Well, we were leading prior to that, weren't we? Had possession, kicked a touch, our line-out throw. So we're in a strong position to hang on from there.
Have you ever seen something like that, Dave, in a game like that?
No. I haven't seen a decision like that at any level.
Did you know it was a rule? I mean, was it something you were aware of that was, you know, was it kind of, does it ever come across your path at all?
Oh, you know, so the rule book's complex, isn't it? I'm sure there's something in there somewhere that is never refed upon. So, yeah, look, it's an incredibly disappointing way to finish because, you know, down 31-13, 13 players, we showed a huge amount of character to come back into that game and then get our nose in front. You know, so to lose it in that fashion, yeah, massively disappointing, and you know, the boys in the change room, they're hurting. It's a tough one.
Will you be seeking a police explain for the refs?
Pardon me?
Will you be seeking a police explain for the refs?
Yeah, standard.
James, as captain, what do you say to the group after that? What, can you put into words at this stage, or it's just her?
Well, as Ren said, the boys are just gutted. That's probably the biggest thing. I don't think there's much chat going on in there. I'm sure we'll get together as a group after this and we'll talk about it. But at the moment, yeah, there's a lot of silence and you know, yeah, I guess the disappointing thing is we're a bit of a sour taste in our mouth. You know, it was a good game. It was a cracker, great crowd. You know, right to the wire, and yeah, I just feel unfulfilled. It's a bit weird, yeah.
So have you ever seen a game end like that across your career?
Well, I've played 120 odd tests and I've never seen it, and it'd be interesting if that would be the call at, you know, 10 minutes into the game. Same thing, but and then today he made a call.
Did you know it was against Bledisloe in a World Cup final?
Oh, you'll have to ask someone else, mate.
Did you know it was a rule?
Yeah, well, you know the rules there. You know, there's plenty of rules that I believe that aren't ruled on throughout the game. There's that many rules, mate. So,
I think you've got to have a feel. You've got to have a feel for the game and the situation. And so if you feel a team's wasting time, stop the clock. And then they kick it out and then you play the game. Let the teams decide the outcome. So, just a real lack of feel for the occasion.
Dave, you also mentioned stuff with those 3 yellow cards. Did you have any problems with any of them, or did you think they were fair?
No, not really. I mean, I'm not convinced about Darcy Swain's. It's certainly nothing intentional, and ironically, he got neck rolled prior to him cleaning out, but that wasn't picked up. So, yeah, I'll let the other ones are regarded as cynical. Fair enough. It's the way they see it. Oh, I thought he was sensational. Controlled the game really well. You know, goal kicking was exceptional. He's just, you know, he's very confident. He gives a lot of confidence to people around him. Good energy and voice and real positive mindset. You know, down 31-30, it's easy to start thinking it's going to be a tough finish to the game. But, you know, he kept encouraging us to play and play at the right part of the field. And so, yeah, like I thought he had a big game.
James, the first scrum didn't go your way, but you must have been delighted with what happened after that.
Yeah, it was pleasing. The set piece, we came in with a focus on our set piece, and we actually in the line out more we struggled a little bit there. They got a bit of a ascendancy in the mauls, but the scrum was, I think it was pretty even throughout the game. We were under pressure at times, and we got them as well. So it made it tough there when we had a few yellow cards, and we had to pull people in, but it was all right.
Dave, was that 18-point comeback some of the best rugby this team has played in your tenure?
Yeah, I think so, because we were clinical. You're playing against a high quality side, and 31-13 to get back on level pegging at 34 all was a hell of an effort, and a lot of high quality footy. So, we managed to steal a bit of ball off them during that period as well, which gave us penalties or field position. So, as I've said, it's just so disappointing to be talking about a decision made late in the game as opposed to, fantastic Friday or Thursday night footy. Can't remember what day it is.
Dave, result aside, what does that performance in that second half, you came back from 18 down, what does that do for the belief in the Eden Park next week?
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We can certainly take confidence on that, but as you know, you got to back that up, and it would have been nice to go to Auckland with a chance of coming away with some silverware. So that's not the case, unfortunately, but it's still a big game for us, and we'll front.
A couple of the players really, paid you back for their starting selections today, Andrew and Pete Samu. Could you talk about maybe both of those and what you felt of their performance?
Yeah, I think Pete Samu's been one of our best players, even though he comes off the bench each week. He's been outstanding, and we've talked a number of times about starting him, but his impact is excellent off the bench. We just felt he's going to give us a bit more physicality, and he's got to gain both sides of the ball. He was outstanding. Who's the other one you said?
Kells.
Yeah, and Kells. Yeah, look, he obviously got over the line 3 times today, and one of them he didn't get down. But he'll just get better and better at 15. He's a hell of a player. He's got a real complete skill set, and it was nice to see him in a little bit of space today.
Does that kind of open that up now for him through to World Cup, because it's been a position where it's too early to call it?
Yeah, look, he wore the 15 tonight and he played well. The chance that he'll wear it again next week, and we always talk about earning the right to play, and we'd like to stick and build some combinations, and a couple of injuries last game meant we couldn't do that, but other people have stood up and taken their opportunities, so pleasing from that point of view.
I'd have to get it scanned. I'm not too sure, actually. I've never done a calf before, so fingers crossed. I'd love to play.
Dave, with all the...
Sorry?
How was Bernard when you spoke to him after the match, given, like you say, he had such a great game, and then for it to end in that fashion?
Yeah. Look, he's a bit bewildered, to be honest, and shocked by the decision. Obviously, it's... he's had a great performance, and he feels like he's let people down. So, he's gutted.
Last couple of things.
Dave, with all the injuries, you might not have chosen to make so many changes, but now that you have, and you've seen the team go so well, is that sort of like a blessing in disguise?
We've been creating depth, and we've had so many injuries that a lot of guys have got opportunities to play. So, you're always looking for positives out of that. The job of the players is to try and put pressure on us through performance, and certainly a lot of guys really stood up tonight, so that was pleasing.